everyone knows about stuttering, but like, but no one really knows about cluttering, which is kind of different. A lot of people, I told people I'm a clutterer before, and they're like, what the heck is that? And like, I'm like, well, it's kind of like stuttering, but it's a little bit different. It's more about, you know, having your, being a little more of a, not having as clear of a voice. And they're like, oh, that's just like I don't know. They kind of like didn't believe that was like a real term.
And she pressed play on the tape recorder, playing some of probably my worst speech, and that was the first time that I like kind of recognized that I had a speech problem. I was just like, I didn't know how to handle it because I was like, I was just thinking, oh, that is my speech.
People tell me I speak too fast. People tell me I speak too. They're like, slow down. People tell me I don't understand what you're saying. Please, please slow down. People think I'm like super nervous. People think I'm super excited. I started looking at videos of people who clutter, and it's like, oh wow, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
Because I always thought it was I was a stutterer, or I was just mumbling, or I had bad speaking habits. And when I first learned about the word cluttering, it's like, oh, that's really cool that there's a term for this, and that there's other people who have it. I'm not just the only person who does this. I wouldn't say it was like extremely affecting me, but I mean, it did make me a little bit frustrated at times, because like, people wouldn't, because I couldn't get my point across sometimes.
So I think maybe just letting people know that actually this is a thing. It's not you just because you can't be bothered to speak clearly.
It's in all of the textbooks now. It was not in the textbooks for a generation, and mainly because in the US we had this behavioral tradition, and everybody, they just called them all stutterers because they didn't think they could reliably differentiate. But now it's its own disorder.
Some people who've come to see me partly because they have a stutter to start off with, and I say, actually, okay, there's also this thing going on here as well, and they're just really relieved. They say, that's I never knew. I just thought that was just they've just been told all their life that it's a problem that they should sort of fix, really.